which means any second now we should be popping up in YouTube land. You
She
guys
probably
usually
thinks,
know
"Oh, no,
before
I have
me,
a
which
bunch
is
of
wild
YouTubes."
because it's my stream, but you usually know before me.
Yep, we're up.
Yeah.
See?
We're up.
Mine's still saying we're not. There it is.
No, we're up.
Sweet. All right, let's post that. Let's tweet this big old thing here.
There it is. And there's me just making weird head movements. Jesus. I need to learn how to sit still. I can't. I just
Okay, Twitter, don't fuck with me. There we go. There we go.
It's a good thing I took Leia out for a walk before. She's all like really mellow right now. So hopefully she won't be like, small person.
With small kittens.
Oh, small person and small kittens.
Oh my God, the kittens.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Wow.
They're very
Leia,
excited.
come
It's
look
on my
at the
headphones.
kitties.
Here, you can say hi.
Oh my, no. Oh my
Hi.
God. Hi.
Hi.
Oh my God, those kitties are so cute.
They're adorable. Oh, here comes the puppy to look at the kitties.
Oh,
Here
you
she
put 'em
is.
down.
Here she is.
Forget
Okay.
Fireside Chats. This is Animal Planet now.
This is Mochi.
Oh,
Mochi.
She
Aw.
will potentially sit here, and this is Sushi right here.
that is so cool.
All
Okay, we got
right,
that.
bro. I'm gonna do my video now. Thank you for
That's
popping
a
by with
first.
the kitties.
Oh,
I
it's
think Mochi
okay.
wants
Yeah,
to
that's
stay.
definitely a first.
Mochi
I don't
can
know why
stay.
that happened. I'm sorry, guys. Usually I hit record. It's just real quiet. It's like, not today. Mm-mm.
Wait, why are you all the way over here, Mama?
You got new people
Oh,
in the
okay.
house. We're going to be weird. Okay, cool. Thanks. All right. Live feed. Got that. Intro is cute.
It's like all dog face. Like I'm not even there anymore. No, not my face.
Top rope mascot right there.
Sit down, Papa. Good girl. Good girl.
Leia's just like, is that a kitty? Oh, wow. We got people in here already. Damn. Hey, Alex, Chris.
Everyone's showing up.
The first lady of Insubordinate has showed up. Mrs. Scorsese herself.
Oh, I should.
What's up, Lexi?
What's up, Lexi? Also known as the EST of TRWT.
Lexi.
All right, I posted. I did my due diligence.
We're gonna
I'm
do
here
what we
now.
can to try to get Lexi as many nicknames as Grandma by the time this year is over.
We're gonna be like the
That's
queens
a
of the
lot.
nicknames. It's
You know,
it's
when these nicknames went from one,
it just keeps stacking
to,
up.
They just
I'm like,
stack up and they just keep going and going and going.
Okay, Brucey, are you doing the intros? Because I figured we'd just do a quick one and get into the show. Like, fuck all the sounds. I don't have music for Griff. Just.
If we're gonna do it that way, you can do it.
Oh, sure. Give me the plain Jane one. Okay, I got you. Knock this shit out the park too. All right, so we are ready to roll. All I gotta do is find if it would show up. There it is. Love you, technology. All right, and I guess when all is ready, I'm gonna just throw the switch.
Perch upon the top rope with the ghost. Foreign objects. Tossing Kai Maybachs at young niggas' throats.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an extremely special edition of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. What we are lovingly called, dedicated to this man's album, Fireside Chats. And y'all know us, and if you don't, just real quick, we got the high class one next to me over here. We got the first lady, Grandma Wendy, down here. I am your boy, the South Philly Psycho, and we are happy to be joined by the star of the show, the man behind Insubordinate Records, one half of Griff Scorsese. He's a producer, an artist, a wrestling fan, a wonderful musician, a wonderful person. Please welcome Jason Griff. So happy to have you here with us, man.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you guys for having me.
welcome. This is exciting.
And welcome to everybody who's already showed up in the live chat. I see Insubordinate Artists. I see Mrs. Scorsese. I see a lot of people. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, we'll run them by Jason. And if he feels like answering them, then we will. Because honestly, we weren't even sure if we were going to do this live. And then I saw Jason put something out that said, I'm going to be live on Fox 10 Productions. And I was like, well, there's your answer.
Well, it's been decided
Why?
for us.
I just thought it was always live.
It was like,
So-
do you know why? Because Griff said so. He is our
Okay.
Stone
That's
Cold.
it. That's all there is to it. It's Griff said, so it's
The
happening
bottom
live.
line.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, because Griff
All
said so.
right.
I wish I had a glass to break it.
Is that Griff 316?
Make that shirt.
It would have to be something so we didn't get sued. It would have to be like Griff 521, because that's when the album came out.
Boom. There you go.
What's the Chicago zip code or what's it?
Area code
Area code. Thank you.
312.
Yeah, so it'd be like Griff 312.
I like it.
There you go. See, mine was good. Hers was better. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. We are so glad to have Griff here and the kitten, who's adorable.
Yeah. This is Mochi.
This is the newest member of
It's like
Insubordinate
the
right there.
cutest thing ever. Oh my god.
We'll
Well,
see
this
if
is,
she
like,
might sit here
fair.
this whole episode, so let's see what happens.
It's just
The
chilling.
Mochi,
It's
the
like
Mochi
the coolest.
challenge.
If you watch this show, we have a mascot running into Wendy's screen like the whole time.
we have like all kinds of stuff. We have like children and
We have
dogs
children, we
and
have dogs.
raccoons that
One
used to
time we had a
attack
raccoon.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back way back in like when we were still in like the teens.
Yeah.
episodes, when we were still teenagers in this game that we call Top Rope Wrestling Talk.
Bruce would be talking. He'd be like, blah, blah, blah. He'd
Raccoon.
be like, oh my god, what was it? Raccoon, it's coming at me.
So speaking of the duration of this episode, I just launched a promotional code for everybody exclusively during this live stream at insubordinaterecords.com. Use the code Top Rope and get 25% off of literally everything on the site.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm gonna say like we
Well,
said
the Mochi
before we
challenge
started.
is over. So
Bye, Mochi.
All right, who had 3 minutes? No.
What was the over?
I thought she'd
on that
make it,
again?
and I mean we didn't. You know, that's the cheap way to end a match is with interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
The
That's
cheap
You
pretty
know, so
standard.
Mochi's
right?
protected in the loss, but
Yeah,
Still a loss,
definitely,
nonetheless.
definitely some heel tactics in that loss.
Yeah,
I'm not
right.
gonna lie.
Wait, and that was an L though.
Yeah, as I said before we started recording, when he brought up that he was going to use us for a code, I said, I feel special. And then he said, you should feel like a guinea pig. I said, I don't know how to feel, so I'm being a combination of both.
either
We're
which.
special guinea pigs.
So that's awesome. Thank you, Griff. And why don't we let High Class drop the first question, and let's start talking about this album a little bit, because Fireside Chats is dope. I've been listening to it all week long.
Awesome.
Let's start there, and then we'll just branch out.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's kick this shit off. All right, so where did you actually get the title of A-Bomb? Let me start over.
Okay.
I'm reading. I missed the meeting last night. I passed out for work. It was my bad. I'm totally fucking this all up right now.
It's all good.
A professional of you, Bruce.
Very like, come on, who said I was professional, Wendy?
Shame.
Nobody.
And where's my bell? Where's my bell so I can shame
Not
you?
a damn
Shame.
person.
Shame.
Shame.
I got a ring bell. Does that count?
All right.
That actually definitely counts.
That
It does.
yes, that counts. So, where did the title from A-Bomb come from, and what inspired you to do this album that just came out?
So there's an idea I had back in like 2007. I was working with some artists back then, putting out music, and I had an idea to do an entire album where I made all the beats, where I flipped like samples from like punk rock songs, because originally, before I dove super deep into the world of hip hop, like I was really into the punk rock scene. There was a healthy scene locally here, and so I had that idea. I kind of dropped it. I kind of wasn't making music for a while, anyways. And then I rehashed it a couple years ago with the urging from Scorsese. The title Fireside Chats is an ode to the Fireside Bowl, which is a venue in Chicago. I do see that the cat's right on me. That's awesome, right? I feel the warmth. I smell her too.
Oh, that's dope.
That
Is
is
that
so
Optimus
You
Prime?
did a really good job. Yeah.
Corrupted Prime.
What kind of Optimus Prime is it?
Corrupted Prime.
Corrupted Prime.
Corrupted Prime. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
he's like Mega Prime.
That's how I know.
I love it, dude. Love it.
That's awesome.
You did super good. All right. What was the question? What did I do? Did I?
Oh,
answer
you were
it?
talking about the Fireside
about
Bowl,
that.
which I thought that's
Yeah.
where it came from because my niece is a huge punk fan. So when I saw
Okay,
it, I thought
cool.
maybe. But
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, that was the spot for the best of the best shows. Okay. No cat on my head, please. Ah! Okay.
this is gonna turn into YouTube gold.
Yeah. Right. So, I grew up like an hour and a half outside of Chicago, so getting down to the Fireside was always a really big deal. Like even once you had your driver's license, it was still tough to get down there. So, but that was really the inspiration. That was the mecca of all punk rock in Chicago, and that's where I pulled the name from. It's kind of a play also on like FDR's Fireside Chats that he did.
Ha!
during the
I
Great
was
Depression.
right about it.
Yeah.
We were talking
brought
about it
that up
yesterday.
last
and
night, and I was like, "You're such a
wonder," and
nerd.
yeah, I was like, "That's some nerd ass shit. That's probably not it."
Well, because okay, so like the reason that I got that historical reference is because like covering the Depression and the New Deal in like U.S. history in high school, which is when I was going to these shows. They're like Fireside Chats, and I'm like, oh, like the Fireside Bowl, and my teacher's like, shut the fuck up.
You showed her.
But yeah,
Thanks,
definitely. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That is so cool. And I gotta say, again, I love the album. I
Thank
was
you.
gonna sit here and break it down, but there's no point. The one question that I did have in the song Anarchy, were you guys actually throwing shade at Busta Rhymes, or was that just a joke?
no, absolutely no shade. Just kind of
Okay, because I was about to say that man is a legend. You chose violence.
Absolutely is. And Def C, who's on that song, is a huge
Def C.
Busta fan. And he was really just like referencing. So Def C sent me that song like kind of early in the pandemic. So like he was referencing when Busta during the whole anarchy era, like leading up to the year 2000, he was like, there's only 4 years left
Mhm.
and all that. So he thought the world was going to end in 2000. So like that was Def C saying, Busta was right. He was only 20 years off or whatever.
20
he
years
said.
too
Yeah.
late.
Yeah.
Still a little early.
Or 20 years early. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a great song, and I'm a fan too. So shout out to Def C. I love, great MC, by the way.
Absolutely.
And of course, it's just talking about albums leads me to this question, which I've asked a few musicians before. It's always interesting. What was, if as far back as you can remember, what was the first album you ever bought with your own money? Like could have been a birthday, somebody handed you cash, could have been when you got your first album you can remember actually picking out and buying with your own money. Like, I gotta have this.
I think there was some cassettes early on, like cassette singles, because you could get those for just like a
Yeah.
couple bucks.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, like
definitely
99
remember. I don't remember the actual purchases, but I remember some of the ones I had. But I do remember the first CD that I ever bought with my own money. I bought 2 CDs at the same time from a Full Circle Records in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It was a little hole in the wall used CD store and record store. But I bought two used CDs. I got Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever.
Ooh.
And Color Me Bad, CMB.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I still
that
have
album
both of
back
them
then.
somewhere. Like I could never get rid of them because of the sentimental attachment. So
Who didn't have CMB back in the day?
I know, right?
Honestly,
They were, I know people knock them, but they were huge.
Executive produced by
They
Ice
were
Cube.
awesome.
yes.
Exactly. Executive produced by Ice Cube, and people still talk trash. You don't want to do that.
Crazy. Yeah.
You don't want to do that in the wrong company. You just don't. Don't go talking trash about Color Me Bad in LA. You won't live.
I know, right?
I think even my mom had that. Now that I think
Right?
about it,
My mom had that.
now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure mom had it.
Yeah.
My
I
mom
listened
heard
to
me
it in
playing it,
station
went out and
wagon as
bought
a
it.
kid.
Yeah, and I think
I'm surprised she's still
at the
it.
time, like I was probably just a little too young to fully understand the "I Want to Sex You Up" song, but like never forget the awkward moment the first time you listen to that song in the same room as your parents.
Right?
Don't you just love like thinking
It's
back to some of the songs we used to listen to? Like I was having lunch with my coworker today, and we get in the car, and Janet Jackson's "Nasty" is playing, and I was like, I used to run around the house like singing it and being all like doing little dances and shit. And I'm like, my mother let me listen to this. What the hell, ma?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah. My son yesterday was running around the house singing Super Freak. Like, we're James. And I was like, I know I don't let this little listen to this music. And my wife looked at me and said, I'm sorry. It just popped up on my playlist while I was getting ready for school, and it got stuck in his head. And he walked on the bus singing it. I was like, oh,
God, I'm just imagining him like, she's a super freak. And
like
it's
he
the
walked right up.
funniest.
He walked right up to his female bus driver singing "She's a Super Freak." I was
Oh
like,
god.
Oh my God, I would have died laughing.
You could play him "Can't Touch This" as a kind of progression
As a
away
follow-up.
from that. Like, hey, this is kind of the same song but different. And
yeah, he won't sing it. He's like, nah, not dirty enough for me. He
Yeah,
gets something
right.
raunchy in his head. It never goes away.
So let me ask Griff, like you were saying that there's some punk influence. What would you say has been like the weirdest influence in your music career?
I think there's a lot of them. One of my most played songs is from the Trolls soundtrack. Like as far as like recent influences go, but
Yeah.
that Get Back Up Again song that Anna Kendrick
Oh
does.
God, yes.
Okay, okay.
I've heard it many times. My son loves Trolls too.
Yeah. And it's like, it's pretty awful, but it is like the happiest song ever. Like I play
It really is.
I play it at work all the time. So
I
a
love that.
lot of people there want to kill me. But
course.
it's, so that all the weird stuff that my parents listen to, like weird classic rock and stuff,
Mhm.
and a lot of metal. And I also I have like a love-hate relationship with rap rock. Like I'll listen to Limp Bizkit. Like I'll throw
Yeah.
them into the mix. Like they're not good, but like
No,
Nah.
but
They
sometimes I
definitely,
get in the mood for
like,
it. for
Every
some
now and
reason.
then, you just want to listen to Rearrange, and you don't even know why.
right. And like they were good at creating an energy like that
Mhm.
makes you want to like throw a chair out a window.
It's
So
great when
every
you're
once in
going
a while
into-
I'll want to like throw it on and just be like,
Yeah,
this is fucking ridiculous. And
Nothing
then-
against Limp Bizkit, but I'm more of a Rage
No,
Against. I'm more of a Rage Against the
everything
Machine
against
kind of
everything
guy.
against Limp
everything
Bizkit.
against Limp.
Okay,
especially
everything
Fred
against.
Durst and that fucking
I will
hat.
throw Limp Bizkit right under the bus and put on Rage Against the Machine like now.
Sure, that's reasonable.
God damn it. Limp Bizkit was the shit in 1992. I don't care what anybody says.
I think you're a little early with
I
92,
am.
bro.
A smidge, but
I am. It was
Okay.
more like
99.
97, 98. No, they were out like 98, 97.
yeah,
With
well,
$3
when in '98 we went to the Warp Tour, so I was like, I was probably about 16 at the time, and Limp Bizkit actually played that Warp Tour '98. That was like right as their first album came out. Like they were a complete unknown at the show. So like watching them live was the first time I ever heard them play. It was before they had any singles on the radio or anything, and it was a really weird experience. Like we're like, these guys are not like, they're kind of awful, but kind of great at the same time.
West Borland is what made me laugh most about the band, because it's like, you have like Fred Durst with the backwards cap and just being fucking Fred Durst, and everyone else, and then there's West Borland just being the artsy fartsy dude in the
Right.
middle of it all. Like,
Yeah.
why are you there? Why are you
Yeah.
with them?
Why are
you
you
can
doing
do,
this
you can do
band?
more.
I'll
You
tell
can
you-
do better.
I'll tell you what, my best friend back at Philly, who I've literally known since like 5th grade, so we're talking 30 some years. He was so mad when that second album came out because the executive producer was Les Claypool, and he loved Primus. Absolutely adored Primus. And he was like, what the fuck is Les doing with these assholes? I was like, making money. That's
People
what he's
said the
doing.
same-
Yeah,
He's
pretty
People
getting
much.
said the same
paid.
thing about DJ Premier. So
Yeah.
True.
wasn't Wes Borland, and didn't he join Metallica for a moment?
I think
for like a hot
or
minute.
some band like it
like
was
a
something
minute.
like
Metallica.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what it was.
Okay,
I know he
that's
did the
weird.
introduction for John Goblicon's book, which that's a great band, by the way. Necrogoblicon, Goblin death metal. Like
Okay.
You would listen to
Say
that.
what?
it's so fucking bizarre, but I love it.
Oh man, and just looking at the chat. Hey Devin, what's going on, man? Hey. Oh, Alvaro's in the chat. What's up, adopted fam? Wendy's brother. Well, you gotta love that.
Yay.
And even Lexi's sitting here saying, like, I think my mom had that too for the color grid. And we had no business singing that song.
Oh,
Nah.
there it is.
We didn't have any business, but we did it anyway. Just like my son singing Super Freak. He has no idea. Oh, but I'm loving the comments, guys. Keep them coming.
Yeah, I just finally found where they were, so I was just reading.
Oh
them.
no, Alex, I wore a red Yankee fitted during eighth grade every
Oh
day.
God.
Man,
That's not surprising.
That takes balls to admit that though.
Fred Durst really ruined the backwards fitted. Like I can never put a
He
fitted
really
on
did.
backwards.
I still do it.
again.
I don't give a fuck.
No, West Borland was with Marilyn Manson for a while, but he wasn't with
Oh, that's who it was. It was Marilyn Manson.
Uh-huh.
That makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you know why? You know why there was that none of the band made sense together is because they were just like a fucking like assembled band from like a major conglomerate record label. Like Fred Durst was like was he like an A&R at Interscope or something like that?
Something like
Yep.
that.
Like
Yeah,
that's
some
the reason why
Yep.
they're on the main stage at the Warped Tour before they even
Yeah.
have their first album out. You know,
No, even
like
I'll
they were
admit,
they were the plant of all plants for that era.
even I'll admit, in the late '90s, I was engaged to someone and it didn't work out. But we were, I was taking her to a Limp Bizkit concert. They were her favorite group,
and that's why it didn't work out.
That's why it didn't.
well,
work
that
out.
might have been one of the reasons. But we're
Should've been
still
a red
friends.
flag
Like
right
we're
there.
cool. It just didn't work out. But I was taking her to a Limp Bizkit concert for her birthday, and they had this contest before the concert. Like picked a few people out of the crowd. She was one of them, and they said, whoever can write Limp Bizkit all over their body as many times as possible, you know, the most Limp Bizkits
Not
win
worth it.
in 2 minutes. And they started a counter, and I was sitting there just literally like pulling clothes off her, writing Limp Bizkit on her, like everywhere.
Oh.
Eventually, she was in a bra and a thong, and I had her upside down, just writing Limp Bizkit on her ankles. She won. I was like, "Happy birthday! Everybody practically saw you naked, and you get front row seat." She was happy. I wasn't, but she was.
Right?
That red cap should have been a red flag. That should have been done.
It really
Not
should
gonna
have.
lie, I had a Limp Bizkit sticker like this big on my snowboard. It eventually got covered up with a sublime.
That is like one of the douchiest things I've ever heard. Oh my God. Limp Bizkit
I
sticker
was
on
a
a
douchebag
snowboard.
when I was younger.
Only then?
It was.
Oh,
Damn, Wendy got
love
me.
it.
She got
You made me catch the vapors on that one. Shit.
It's usually me getting her. She got me tonight.
No, that was damn good.
Worst little brother ever.
Worst little brother
Oh, worst.
ever.
And that being said, Wendy,
Hey, that's pretty good.
moving on. So, you know, I mean, Limp Bizkit kind of tied back into wrestling because
Wendy, boo.
we even had the Undertaker coming out, you know, on his bike to roll in, and he kicked some ass. Let's tie a little bit of music and wrestling together. If Jason, if you had to put two or more, it could be groups, MCs into a fight pit and just let them go at it till somebody gets knocked out, gives up, or dies, who would you
Or
like
dies?
to throw in that
Jesus.
fight pit? Yeah, dies. Fuck them. We're taking
I
it a
think,
step further.
you know, I would like to see rappers with real life beefs just jump in and settle it that way. So currently West Side Gun and Husk Kingpin should jump in there. I would love to see LL and Cannabis jump in.
Yes,
there.
that
would
I
also
mentioned that
like Time Machine style though, like back then, because like
Yeah,
I
like-
feel like LL now would obliterate him because he looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. But
Damn
from what I
Ninja Turtle
heard,
running around.
though, Cannabis was like training Marines in hand-to-hand combat, so he might not.
Oh, okay.
Because we actually, I brought this up because this was a question when Scorsese invaded last year that we asked him. He was all about the fight pit when it came out.
I remember that. Yeah,
and
Yeah.
one of my answers was Cannabis and LL Cool J. So we're here.
Okay.
And he brought up the fact like Cannabis is like training Marines these days and all this. I was like, really? I had no fucking clue.
That's I didn't know that, but I'm not totally surprised by that.
I'm not either. I'm not.
Yeah. It sounds like it would make sense.
Oh, Brucey looks like. Oh, I thought he was thinking he might have been frozen. Never mind.
Who I was frozen like a statue.
Because he looked up and then he just stopped, and I thought he was like in thought, and then all of a sudden he clicked and moved, and it was like, oh, his screen froze. Never mind.
It's a glitch in the matrix. That's all.
Damn you, Brucey. And your Commodore laptop.
Hey, this one's
All right. And so we got through the fight pit thing. That was fun. And it was definitely fun with Shell. Did anybody ever think, because I have to add, I'm sorry, I should have put this on the rundown. I got to ask you, Griff, when Scorsese did invade last year, did he ever tell you he was coming on our show, or did he just come? Because I have a theory.
He told me.
Okay.
Okay.
Because my theory was
we did those promo videos.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I did all of those. So
because my theory was he was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring Griff. And then he just didn't tell you. It showed up on his own, so he had more time to talk.
So like, yeah, that could be a thing. I could think maybe he didn't on a couple levels. One that like he didn't want to be embarrassed by my wrestling knowledge not being as deep as his. Like he's like, oh, I don't want to bring I don't want to bring my normcore friend here. Like he's just a
no. We take all
just a
levels.
fucking rube here.
We take all levels.
But also the talking factor. But if you ever listen to any of our interviews that we did together, he would just talk over me, and I would never get to. Never get to speak anyway. So it matter.
I swear on our episode we must have went 3 hours and change, and he barely let us get a word in. Like he was asking us questions, like he was doing the interview, and I was like,
going back and forth like that.
I'm gonna just lay back and answer the questions. Fuck it, this is too easy.
That sounds about right. Hit you with a few stories.
So yeah,
definitely a few stories. And okay, we're going out of place here, but since he brought up stories, and we're talking about him anyway, can you tell me the story of like when Griff first met Scorsese? Because I'm sure that was obviously game changing considering where we're at now.
Definitely game changing. The story itself isn't too spectacular. There's no I bumped into him on the subway and whatever, I don't know, but we had a mutual friend, Zilla Rocca, who was helping him curate his remix version of World Only Gods Know albums. And I had just recently kind of started making beats again, like the couple years prior to that. I had kind of just like, it went from like a full-time passion to just like a casual hobby for a long stretch. And I had just kind of started like getting back into it a little bit more. And Zilla and I were chatting, and he's like, hey, I know this guy. He's doing a remix album. You want to do a remix for him? I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So we just got to talking from there. And then, I think I posted a beat online or whatever, and he was like, hey, can you send this to me? I really like it. He rapped on it. He crushed it. And then we got to talking about his concept project with the Stokely Hathaway Dream Team. It was going to be like a mixtape or whatever. And then whoever he was working with originally had fallen through producer wise. So it just kind of went from there. I started doing some tracks for that album, and there you have it. We just kind of fast friends, as the phrase goes, just really clicked right away.
Oh, absolutely. So. And real talk, I was going to wear the Dream Team shirt, and my son spilled chocolate milk down the front, so I had to change real quick. But
that will happen.
I was going to be that guy that showed up to the interview / concert in the
shirt. I mean, I got my Nation Gang on, so
right.
Whatever.
I almost wore mine, and I was like,
I didn't know if I should wear wrestling gear.
Remember, everybody, 25% off. Gear. Okay,
yeah,
Insubordinate.
25% off. InsubordinateRecords.com. Every single thing with the code
Top rope.
Top rope. Did I forgot what it was? I literally just made. I was like, I had the
Wow.
idea all day, and I
Wow.
just put the code in right as we first started talking. I'm like announcing it and typing it and making it active at the same time.
Yeah, even Lexi said, well, he did like to talk a lot.
I love Felipe. Shell was a little shy.
Sure.
You know, speaking of shells, I was actually on my way home from work today, and I plugged my phone in, and actually Detlef came on.
Oh, nice.
And, like, of all the basketball players
That left shrimp.
that have ever played, you guys picked Detlef Shrimp.
Why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
That man was an assassin.
He was.
On that Sonics team, man, he was an assassin.
Absolutely. Crucial, played a crucial role. He was also ahead of his time. Like, he was playing in an era where if you were that tall, like, you were just told to stand in the paint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like you weren't
yeah.
allowed to dribble. Like,
Oh yeah, in this day and age, you'd be like a 12-time All-Star.
absolutely. Yeah.
With all the 3D stuff, positionless, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what his defensive
Dominating.
skills were like. I don't really remember, but
They weren't
he was
bad.
at-
definitely shoot.
He wasn't a slouch, but that's the thing. He could D up a little bit, and he could sure as hell shoot. And
I mean, I don't think you could be on a team with Gary Payton and not play defense, because Gary Payton would probably
No.
beat your ass.
yeah, Gary, get on.
The glove.
The glove would get on you for that. He would definitely get on you for that. Like, I don't care if you're Sean Kemp, he would get in
Wendy's
your
so
face.
out of place right now.
I feel so
He's like-
lost right now, but I'm so fascinated. Like,
Yeah.
please
He's like,
say
this is
more.
so interesting. I don't know, but go on.
This happens to me quite a bit. So like my
It's
husband's a
okay.
bit of a
Like I
comic
said,
book
we
nerd.
welcome
and,
all levels.
My husband's a bit of a comic book nerd, and when we go to the comic book store to pick up our box, he'll start talking to the whoever's there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, and these books," and I'm just like, "Speak more on these nerd ass things. I know not what we speak of, but speak more on it."
Don't ever talk down about comic books.
Oh, I never will. I have my own box, so I can't say like. I have my
Comic
own
books
box
got
of
me
stuff.
through a lot of shit. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, who am I to judge? I have She-Hulk stuff. I've read all the Red Sonja books. I can't. I'm wearing fucking Sailor Moon. Who am I to talk? Honestly,
My wife would love you. More than she already does, but Kathy will love you for that shirt.
right? I love Kathy.
Okay, I'm sorry. We're like derailing with Griff.
I love Lexi.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I don't
no,
know
it's
either.
all good.
Lexi and I are both just a little lost right now. We're just
Lexi,
like,
I have
smile
no
and
clue
nod.
what they're talking about either.
That's okay. That's okay. We're gonna swing back to stuff you might know. We
Smile and
promise
nod,
it's
smile and
coming
nod.
right now. Just smile and nod. Just smile and nod. All right. I know, Brucey. We actually got a fan question, and Bruce, I kind of volunteered to read it for us.
You really want me to read it after I butchered the other question?
I'm hoping you
Yeah,
get this
do
one
it.
right on this.
we played through it well, so
We played it
did.
off. We acted
Yeah,
like
we
you did your
recovered.
job. You didn't,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
acted like you did your job.
Yeah, we-
Bruce, the
we
secret
acted.
is you never acknowledge the mistake. You just
Nope.
power through
You
it.
just keep going.
Because not everybody
Now-
notices it.
You just
until you
kayfabe that
point it
shit.
out to
Meant to
them.
do it.
Good point.
Ah! I'm
All
very
right.
wisdomous.
All right. This is from Chris. He's one of our top followers and
Huge
top
fan.
group
Facebook,
members.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Really
What up, Chris?
involved. What up, Chris? We love you, man.
Friend of the show.
Definite fan of the show.
Okay, he asked if you could take a wrestler's original theme and redo it in an entirely different genre style, which one would you choose? And this is why I'm asking the question, because he totally played to me on this. He said, at the risk of offending or pissing off Bruce Higgins, he never pisses me off. I'm curious to hear what MJF's theme would sound like if it were done in a hard rock or heavy metal style.
I think so. I actually just listened closely to MJF's theme for the first time today.
Okay.
And
Perfect timing.
I feel like it would sound better in any style other than its current style.
Wow.
I agree. That's why we
I
have
think,
that remix
you know what it
for
is?
Brucey.
I mean, I think it's fine. Like it's like it's catchy or whatever, but it just sounds super generic. Like it sounds like
Yeah.
hold music, you know, or
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
music in like
Elevator
like
music.
like a card game app or something like that.
Yeah.
But it has potential. It could be awesome. I think the vibe of like MJF's music should be like a modern version of like Mr. Perfect's theme song or something like that.
Mm.
Like it
That
needs
would be
to be
amazing.
so much more pretentious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
the vibe doesn't match his pretentiousness.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
But to not derail that question, redoing an original wrestler's theme music, I think there's a few different ways you could redo something. One, I think the Brood's theme music should be on every rapper's mixtape. I think every rapper should rap on that because that's some of the best theme music of all time.
Agreed.
Amen.
Like, I don't know if you guys ever played WrestleMania 2000 on the Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah.
Where you could create your own character. I always had the Brood's music. I never picked
Always.
any
Yeah.
other music.
No,
Always.
yeah.
And the entrance was the best. too.
Yes, absolutely.
Coming up from the floor with the fire and everything. Yes.
The cup.
But
the cup of blood.
I think the Big Show's music should have been metal, like that country.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that song
yeah.
is so terrible. Like, but like you could take that same thing. Like if Pantera did that song,
Oh my
it would
God.
be
Like
it would be
Oh,
amazing.
that would be so amazing. Yeah.
And I imagine they didn't do something like that because it would have probably been too similar to Stone Cold's. But you know what?
Maybe.
Like the Big Show's music is awful.
Yeah, it really was.
Um,
Thank God he's in AEW.
like a metal
now.
version of that would have been great,
Like we won't have to hear it again because he's in AEW now.
right? Is he? I've never seen him on there. I know he signed with them,
Yeah,
but like,
Yeah, he does commentary for like the YouTube shows, and
oh,
he's,
okay, that's right.
he's going to be doing the battle royal at Double or Nothing this weekend.
See, look at
type
that.
of
He
thing.
got a new job at a
actually-
new company, and
Yeah.
still he only shows up for the Royal Rumbles.
Oh,
right.
of course.
Royal
Just
Rumbles and
That's
dark
the way to
Tack
do
a
it,
couple
man.
That's all
more
he's good for.
eliminations onto his career total.
That's the way to do it,
and
you know?
leave it at that.
I actually think he's gonna be moving over to that new show, Rampage.
That would be
Okay.
cool, too. That would be cool.
Awesome.
That's gonna be
Yes.
on.
Who else?
I'm a fan of Mark Henry's theme song because of the lyrics. Somebody's gonna get their ass kicked. Somebody's
When
gonna
they
get
redid
their
it,
yeah,
voice
yeah,
split.
yeah.
Like
Wait, oh,
what?
who was
The
it? It
sexual
was,
chocolate.
It was like
entrance music
3 6
also
Mafia
awesome.
that redid
Yes.
it, I think.
Sexual
yeah, 3 6 Mafia
chocolate.
did that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sexual chocolate. Oh,
Did you guys ever? Did you have the what was that CD called? Aggression,
I was gonna bring that up where they did all the
Oh.
remixes of the
which
WWE
are all the different
themes.
rappers
No, I didn't-
doing like
They had
songs
like
inspired
Run
by
DMC do a DX's theme, and Method Man redid the Rocks.
Yep,
and
and
most of them were pretty bad, to be honest.
yeah. I haven't listened to it since like back then. I remember a couple of them I remember thinking there was like only 2 good songs on there, but I would like to listen to it again. I know ODB did somebody's. Did he do Mankind?
I can't remember who he
I
did.
think he
I
did
know
Mankind,
he did some.
and I think
it was.
R.A. the Rugged Man is on there, which is such an obscure
Yep.
choice to be on there. I believe he did Jericho's.
He did. I remember that one because
yeah,
it is obscure. It's like, wait,
Trying to
you got
find
all
the
these guys.
album.
You got Run DMC, you got Method Man, you got all the, and then you got R.
Like that came out of kind of
Okay.
left field. Like I knew who he was, but I figured
Yeah,
that
like,
most
I knew who he
casual-
was,
Most
but
wrestling
when you
fans
looked
had
at-
no idea who he was.
When you looked at the rundown of rappers they got, and then you saw him, and he just kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. It was like, oh, okay, cool, but okay.
Yeah, I would sample Kane's original entrance music. Like you can make a
Oh.
cool beat out of just that intro organ. I feel like that's probably been done like a million times. Like somebody's, I don't know, not like famously,
Yeah.
but I'm sure
Yeah, I was
plenty
gonna
of
say,
producers
I
have
don't
done it.
think anything like
You know?
like famous mainstream comes to mind.
Yeah, I don't know that shit. I don't think on a mainstream level, like I don't think WWE clears those samples that often.
Probably
Unless they
not.
can promote it or whatever. Because Meek used the Undertaker's theme. Like somebody
Mhm.
sampled the Undertaker's theme and made a beat out of it, and Meek used it to like respond to Drake in their beef.
Oh yeah,
Put
I
those
remember
two
that.
in the fucking fight.
It was
pit
great.
together.
Yes,
That would be
was
amazing.
Drake's gonna
Good
get
to you,
murdered.
Drake.
I've always wanted to see Meek Mill just murder Drake and his fake.
I feel like
abs
that would
and
be
shit.
bad news for Aubrey.
Right? Poor Aubrey.
He'd turn him to wheelchair Jimmy real quick.
Now I can just see Wade Barrett as Drake walks out. I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I just see the gif of him with the mallet.
Can they bring back Bad News Barrett? Like,
I
don't
wish
see
they
why
would.
He's doing commentary,
Oh my
like
God.
it would fit right in.
I
But
wish
Bad
they
News Barrett
would.
was like some of my favorite stuff in the last 10 years or however long ago that was.
I love Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett, all of it. Just give me
Mhm.
all
All of it.
like, especially Bad News. But anything he did, I was into. And then they were just like, "Yeah, we're gonna let you go."
Yeah.
And he came back with NWA for a while.
Sounds like
and
a
then
lot of
went
people.
to NXT, and it was
Mhm,
like, all right, is he getting back in a ring anytime soon?
Yeah, I think he's legitimately retired. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
like see, he has some sort of injury or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
Mhm.
bad, but he's definitely hilarious. So
But that's what I mean. If he wants
just
to be
keep
like,
giving him a microphone.
if he wants to be like NXT's version of Edge, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Like comes out of retirement and just elbows Karrion Kross in the face and says he wants the NXT title. I'd be like, yes.
I just realized I made a strange face. It's because it's here. Have none of you seen the vid of Meek boxing? He literally cannot punch. I'm like, I gotta go find this video.
Which is sad because that fool's on the Creed soundtrack.
Great soundtrack, by the way.
Asked
Great,
if they've redone
great
Dolph
soundtrack.
Ziggler's theme. He still has the same theme, right? Now that he's
Yeah,
tag team
he still
wrestling,
has
do they have
the,
something different.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he and Robert come out to his
and,
music.
I mean, Bobby Roode's music, the Glorious theme would be
Yes.
hella good trap song.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, like that shit is epic.
That song
That's
is
like
great
okay,
when
so
I
like
have to
that
like
should
be
be
up early.
MJF's theme should be like Bobby Roode's, like
Yes.
that level.
100%, because that's
Yeah.
definitely
He needs that like Bobby Roode, Mr. Perfect, $1 Million Man kind of pretentious music that he just doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just feels incomplete. It's like, oh man, this is all so good, but what the fuck is this shit playing?
Yeah. Exactly.
Because like if I have to do something that involves getting hyped up, like, oh, you know, I'm gonna go to the gym, I gotta get all like into it. I'll put on Glorious, and then I'm just like, fuck yeah, like I'm ready to do this. Like, I'm really not ready because I, you know, so fat and out of shape and all that. But bro, I feel like I can do it once I hear that song.
It's definitely
And
on a
then you step
workout
out of the
playlist.
car.
Definitely for me, like right after the Rocky theme, there's Glorious.
Mhm.
Oh my god! But yeah, I don't know. I know he can't. I know he probably wouldn't do it because of different promotions. But I've kind of always wanted like Bad Bunny to do something for Penta.
Oh
be
yeah,
cool.
he could. Yeah.
Like it would just sound dope. I know he doesn't even have his own music right now. He just gets the Lucha Bros shit. But if he had his own music, I would love to hear Bad Bunny do something for him. That would be insane.
That would be interesting.
Or some
So-
Mexican death metal. I'd be totally into that.
That would work too.
It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But he'd have
It's
to get
actually not that bad.
he'd have to drag Vampiro out with him again though. It
Yeah.
just make it just complete the package.
Oh, yeah.
He'd need the music and Vamp.
So with that in mind, like, would we? Because I know you and Shells did. Shit, I'm blanking, and like I have the sticker on my water bottle.
What, like
My
so
water
many
bottle's not with
great
me.
tribute
So many
albums
great,
to
yeah,
wrestlers?
dude, thank you, yeah.
Or
So like,
factions?
can we expect another wrestling tribute album sometime soon, or somewhere down the line, or is that just kind of like on the shelf now?
I guess it's kind of on the shelf. Like that was like always me and Scorsese's thing. So like
Yeah.
I guess if I was working with another rapper and they were super passionate about wrestling and that's kind of the direction it went, then cool. But like it's not like something that I'm gonna really like force like conceptually.
No.
Like Shells and I did that because it came to us very naturally.
Yeah.
And that was like his passion, you know?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if it were to happen organically, cool. But it's not like something that I feel like needs to be forced. It wouldn't feel right.
Like
or
you're not gonna
whatever.
seek it out, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That makes
makes
total
sense,
sense
yeah.
though.
We were gonna do we had talked about just like the week of his passing, like a couple days prior. I was saying because we were gonna do our next album was gonna be we were gonna do an album every September 24th. That was his birthday. That's when we dropped Midnight Express.
Yeah.
So we were just gonna do one album a year.
Great
Always drop
album,
it on
too.
September 24th. Thank you. So we had talked about for the next one being and this is like back in early January of this year. So it was like right after Roman Reigns came back and turned heel. And we were talking
Bruce.
about doing, we were going to call the album either Tribal Chief or Head of the Table. And then I was
that
like,
would've been
hey,
awesome.
so like we had this conversation in January. I'm like, hey, listen, if we wait till September 24th to release that, like West Side Gun's going to do it first. So we need to get on it right now. Let's just do a two-song drop. That's one song is Tribal Chief and the other song is Head of the Table. Which I thought was a great idea that somebody on the internet's going to steal now, and they're welcome to have it. Just make sure it's good.
Can someone please check on Devin real quick? He probably passed out from the
I
thrill
was
and
going to say,
excitement of the
Devin would have
idea.
been the first one lining up to buy to buy the 2 tracks. Just yes,
Right.
mine.
Yeah,
He would
so
have permanently had them on loop.
yeah, but yeah, unfortunately that didn't happen. But it's still a great idea.
Yeah.
But it makes total sense because it's not good when you have to force it.
Yeah.
Like every album, whether it was Midnight Express, Nation Gang, even going back to Catch Point with all the the Wolfpack, NWO, Bobby Heenan, the whole night. It all just came naturally, and it was so good because of that. So to try to push it out there because like, oh well, Shells would have wanted us to do this, just wouldn't feel right, wouldn't sound right.
Absolutely.
Because like one of the biggest things between music and wrestling, like the biggest common factor is like their passion plays. You do what you do and you speak to what you're passionate about. And so with Shells, it was wrestling. Duh, we know that.
Yeah.
He sat here for 3 hours and 45 minutes and grilled us about wrestling.
Yeah.
So clearly the man was passionate about it. So of course he's going to use it in his rhymes, and we're going to love him for it because he is so passionate and it comes out so great. But to just force it in, it's not. I never want to be because I haven't yet, and I never want to be at the day where Insubordinate puts something out and I'm excited and I start listening and I'm like, oh, this shit is whack.
Yeah.
And if you forced it, the shit's gonna be whack.
Very true.
So
Yeah.
if you
And
could venture.
Sorry, no, continue.
Oh yeah, no. If you could like venture out into like another sport or sport entertainment to like merge together with music, what route would you take with that?
I guess my natural inclination or my natural direction would be basketball. That's probably my favorite of all professional sports. Also, it's definitely that's something that is often referenced or touched upon in basketball or in hip hop. Sorry, but like obscure random sports references, like not necessarily on any one particular sport, but the 1981 Tampa Bay Buccaneers uniforms.
Creamsicle.
Just like obscure moments in sports. I don't know how you make a whole album out of that, but you could make a whole album.
I can see the title now, Creamsicle Dreams.
Creamsicle Dreams. I like that. I'm gonna write that.
You can have that. That's
Pulls
all
out the idea notebook.
It's fine, man. Just give me a shout out. That's all.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
I'm a fledgling low budget producer myself, so every now and then
budget.
Low,
like
no
zero
budget.
budget.
No budget.
No budget.
No budget.
No budget.
Yeah, I think I do all right.
That's our label name. No budget label.
Well, no, I can't say that. We've got $30 to our name.
That's true.
Oh, do we? What?
Yes.
I didn't even know.
I've had it.
It might be 60 because the podcasts are starting to pay off. So
Oh,
you
what's
go.
up?
Those YouTube ad money. Hey.
we haven't got that far yet.
no, we got that Anchor ad money.
We got that $2 Anchor dollars.
Hey.
I was like, oh shit, we doubled our profits. But that's okay though. It's like the song says, I don't do anything. I don't get off the couch unless it's money unless it's for money or love. And I love what I do here. So, but I'm still on the couch technically.
That's better than me. I say if it's not on a plate, it can wait.
Oh.
Wow.
Takes a lot of work to get back on the couch, though. So I'm off,
This is
and then
true.
I get back.
This is true.
A little roundabout
Especially-
for me. It's different in hip hop. For me, it's a little roundabout. Oh man, let's see what else do we have here. Looking down, yeah. Wendy asked a weird question. We asked the tributes. We asked how.
Which one was the weird one?
Your weirdest influences.
Oh, gotcha.
I was thinking about it
Not
'cause I've been listening to a
question
lot
wasn't
of,
weird,
like,
the question
string-
was about weird stuff. I gotcha.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Shit hasn't gotten
Started to
weird
get
yet. Griff,
No, I
this
was
is
wondering that
normal.
because I've been listening to a lot of like outsider music recently because I started reading this book called Songs in the Key of Z, and it's about musicians who don't realize they're not the norm. They're not in on the joke, so to speak. And they think they're these like amazing artists, or they're naive in their belief of their musical talents. Like Florence Foster Jenkins, the Shags. The Shags was a travesty. It's, oh my God, their album is just like, what the fuck am I listening to?
And you
But
listen to it.
But I love it. Like there's something great about the philosophy of the world. And I like it's interesting to me like how influential they've been though. And like the Shags, for example, didn't know how bad they were. They didn't know their guitars were out of tune. The drummer was just kind of like, I'm just hitting shit and I don't know. But they've still been influential. Like Nirvana was highly influenced by them. And there's been other like punk bands that have been influenced by them. So I think that's where that one came from. It's like the odd influences we have.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Wendy getting weird.
That's me going into my nerd shit. Not sorry.
Unscheduled moment where Wendy gets weird.
Unapologetically.
Okay, so I think
As it should be.
Oh, of course.
Let me check the chat to see if anybody asked a question. Oh, yeah, we answered the Dolph Ziggler theme. Have they ever redone it? No, I don't think they have. I mean, they added the needle off the record at the beginning of it, but outside of that,
I looked up the video of Meek Mill boxing and I was like, ooh.
Is it bad? I've never seen it.
that bad, huh?
It was, yeah.
I've never seen it either.
You weren't lying, man. He cannot. And I should know, one of my uncles was a boxer, and then my mom did track and field and boxing when she was in high school. That's an odd combination.
Somebody get this back to Meek Mill. I actually trained at Mighty Mix, so if you need to learn how to throw a punch, holler at me.
There you go. Get him.
Holla at you,
There you
homie.
go, Meek.
I will be your Mickey.
Look at Wendy drinking her bottle of vodka.
You can make me
again.
part of your posse. I can just roll
Like
with
Jack.
you from then on. I could be, Mickey Mill. I can.
Wendy's gallon of vodka she has to drink every day to maintain.
That's how I stay lively.
Well, only the days she's got to deal with you.
Yeah, that's. We
If
haven't
you
even
don't-
started
if you don't
talking
drink it all
wrestling
in
yet.
one day, it goes bad.
Yeah,
That's true,
it goes
that's true.
bad.
Exactly.
Once you open it, you gotta-
You gotta get through it
Power
quick.
right through it.
Eh.
I mean,
But
you ever smell the
speaking
spoiled
of-
potato? You know?
Ugh,
God, that's an awful
I'll
smell.
pass.
PTSD flashbacks.
Okay, so before we get too far off track, since Brucey brought up talking wrestling, we do have a pay-per-view coming up this week, AEW's Double or Nothing. And if you guys don't mind sticking around, I figured maybe we'd go through the matches and just pick winners and have some fun with it. What do you say?
I'm into it.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right, everybody's in. I like it. Okay, let me get the card back up because my computer's deciding it just doesn't want to do it. There we go. Now we're there. Now we're good. Okay, sort of. Like, I don't want to.
I don't want to do it. Where
Okay,
was that today,
I guess
Lord?
we should start with the Casino Battle Royal match, and I've got almost every
Big show.
competitor.
Big show.
Well, there's been
Naturally.
20 there's been almost 20 announced and one mystery entrant, and out of the people that were announced were Griff Garrison, Brian Pillman Jr., 10 from the Dark Order, Stu Grayson, Nick Camarado, QT Marshall, Lee Johnson, Dustin Rhodes, Anthony Bowens, Max Caster, Penta L0, M, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Matt Seidel, Christian
Favorite.
Cage, Matt Hardy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Evil Uno, Colt Cabana, and Jungle Boy. And then, of course, there will be a mystery entrant as the Joker because they do all the card
Well,
families.
first things first is who do you think the mystery person is gonna be?
I know he's joking about it, but I wonder if, since he's calling the match, if they're gonna have like their own Royal Rumble moment where the commentator gets up off the desk and pulls his stuff off and jumps in the ring, and the mystery entrant.
How many times did Jerry Lawler do that?
Paul
And
White,
then just
like
be like,
9.
done.
You remember
They
the
just
one
like
year?
smacked him
The
around
one
twice
year,
and he got chucked out.
the 1 year in the Royal Rumble, I can't remember which year it was, but JBL, Booker T, and the King all got up off the table and pulled off their coats, and they had their wrestling stuff underneath and jumped the ring. I'm wondering if Paul White's going to be the mystery entrant and pull that crap. Like he'll be like, "Oh, excuse me for a minute," and take his stuff off.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's my prediction for the mystery entrant. But let's see. High Class started talking first. Who do you think's going to win this thing?
Actually, it's gonna be Christian Cage that wins.
That was my pick too.
It's gonna be Christian Cage unless for some ungodly, crazy reason that Daniel Bryan's the ace card. Christian Cage is gonna win.
Yeah, I know. I know. Tony's been tweeting saying they have to expand their roster and look for a lot of surprises at Double or Nothing. Could Daniel Bryan be one? Maybe.
I just don't see him leaving because of how like vested he is in WWE, like beyond just like being a wrestler, like like the reality shows and all of that shit. Like,
I actually think the Bella's show is now straight up owned by E, not WWE.
Oh, okay.
Because neither of them are employed by WWE.
Oh,
that's true.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I would agree though. I think it's Cage. If not, maybe Powerhouse Hobbs. I could see it coming down to those two and being either one of them. I mean, a lot of the guys are just clearly, obviously filler.
Yeah.
There's a lot of filler.
Like Isaiah Mark Quinn, filler.
Right.
Yeah.
Colt Cabana, I love him.
And we know that because they've been in every single AEW Battle Royale since its inception. Never won.
Every one of them.
I would like to see 10 win. I would not mind 10 winning.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Not mind that.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Powerhouse Hobbs. Obviously, my heart says Penta because that's my dude. But there's no chance.
You don't know that.
Griff Garrison has a better chance than Penta. Let's be real.
Do you think Matt Sydal's going to try a move and slip off the top rope again?
I hope he does.
I was going to say, what are the odds in Vegas? Because I'm taking he's going to fall again. And hopefully we get another moment with the dancing pallbearers and everything in the video afterwards. That'll be fun. But yeah, it should be interesting. All battle royals are kind of interesting. But next match is Hangman Page taking on Brian Cage. Obviously, probably with Taz in his corner because they've been beefing. Let's let the first lady go first this time since she chimed in.
I think it's only because I'm so into that cowboy shit gimmick. I want it to be Adam Page.
Okay.
Doesn't necessarily mean it will be, but that's what I want.
I'm gonna go the opposite way. I want to see the machine.
Yeah, of course you are.
I really do. I love Brian Cage. That dude is awesome.
Big surprise.
And he's been kind of stepping out on Taz lately, looking like he's gonna go out. He's gonna go out on his own and kind of get back to the.
You make it sound like he's cheating on his wife.
No, have you
stepping
seen
out on Taz?
I mean, stepping out of line. You know what I'm saying? No, if you're cheating on Melissa Santos, you're a fool. Have you seen her?
Honestly,
that woman, whew. But I do want to see him kind of get away from Team Taz and get back to being the machine he used to be. So I'm gonna take Cage in this one. Griff, who you got, Hangman or Cage?
I think Hangman. This is the hardest one to pick, I think, on the thing because it's on the card because it's like almost neither one of them could really like afford the loss, but I think eventually like we're gonna get Kenny versus Paige, you know, and I
You think so? Yeah.
I think especially since when because Hangman was undefeated, right? And
Yeah.
and Brian Cage just like fucking treated him.
Yeah.
So like I think that bounce back story is really good, especially as he works his way up to facing Kenny for the title.
Mhm.
You know, they'll probably go like long burn on that storyline, but
Yeah, there's a story that completely died out there. The whole
or
Kenny and
maybe
Hangman thing.
Cage, you know, handles him decisively again, and then there's a longer story to tell in that of Hangman getting back to being able to beat Brian Cage, like have it really pay off.
It is a tough call. It really is out of these two because they're both kind of in the same spot where, yeah, we know them. They're big names. They've done some stuff, but in AEW, they're just kind of stuck at this plateau right now where it looked like Hangman when he was number one contender was going to break through, and then Cage beat him, and you were like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Does that mean we're going to give Cage a little push now? Well, maybe not.
Do
Okay.
you think we'll see Dark Order come out with Paige,
No.
or at least like be in his corner somehow?
If the rest of Team Taz interferes, I wouldn't doubt that they'll come out and try to even the odds.
It's kind of cool that we're talking about this because I don't think it was our group, but it was another group. Dom, you were just talking about how Paige was undefeated and he was on top of the rankings and he's going to dethrone Kenny. The reason, like, I look at it as the reason he lost to Cage is because they don't want to bury Adam Page underneath this amazing title run that Kenny Omega's in the middle
Right.
of.
Yeah.
That actually he just started. So why take Page's thunder and have him go up against Kenny right when he just got his titles and have him lose, because Kenny's not going to lose the title right now.
No.
Right.
You
No.
know, like Griff was saying, he lost. Okay, now we're going to have that build-up comeback story. And he's got to work his way back up through the ranks, through friggin' Cage, Christian Cage, and Hobbs. He's gonna have to work his way all the way back up. And by the time he gets back to that one ranking, it'll be about time for Kenny to drop the title.
So this is how I know that Bruce isn't all Mark, because at the end he didn't say by the time he gets there, MJF will be champ.
No. I'm a realist. MJF's gonna take the title from Paige. I'm a realist here.
Okay.
Well, they did kind of have one of the first feuds in AEW history. If you go back like 3 years ago to the first Double or Nothing,
This is true.
they were already beefing like right after the Battle Royal. So
Do you think that would lead to? I keep coming back to the Dark Order, Pinnacle versus Dark Order rivalry.
The Dark Order needs a leader first.
Well, yeah, it's Hangman Page. He just needs to say yes. Like that's all
No.
that is.
No.
Yeah, that's the problem. He won't say yes.
No.
It's like
Who do
trying
you
to
think
ask a
it should
girl.
be?
It's
Who
like
do you think it should be, Brucey?
Who do I think? I honestly thought it should have been Sean Spears. Honestly, that's who I thought it should have been.
I'll tell you who I think it should be, and he's still out there, and I don't know where he is, but Eric Rowan.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be like the most natural,
Logical, yeah.
It'd be the
Like,
most fitting,
you know,
considering the
because
circumstances.
everybody, whoever ends up being the official leader, it's like going to be viewed as a replacement for Brody Lee.
Right.
I think that's the least polarizing one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
who's closer to Brody Lee that's out there right now outside of Eric Rowan?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Well,
If they somehow decide they don't need the Fiend anymore and they wish him well in his further endeavors, then there's your leader.
Bo Dallas is a free agent.
That's true. But I
But
probably
could Bo
put
Dallas
Rowan
step into
just a
those
little
shoes,
bit
though?
above Bo
No,
Dallas.
apparently he doesn't want to wrestle at all anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even hear that.
It's
Wow.
understandable.
I
I
actually,
don't- yeah. I
It
don't
was just a
blame him.
blurb
think,
that he was like talking about just looking into other business opportunities like real estate
Yeah.
or something like that. I don't know. But he just was like, I guess his
Okay, my new
experience-
mission in life is to reach out to Bo Dallas and get him to come talk to us about why he doesn't want to wrestle.
There you go.
So if anybody knows Bo Dallas,
To
hit
sell
him
you a
up.
house.
I started off 12 and Bo and then went on a 700 match losing streak. That's why.
Pretty much.
I actually think when 99 comes back, she should run the Dark Order, because if you think
That
about it,
would
she
be cool.
was Brody's enforcer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be good.
That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool. It would. It would. All solid theories. All solid picks.
Mm-hmm,
I'm the only. I think I'm.
But Hangman
Wait.
wins.
Yeah. Okay, Brucey. You
Yeah,
pick.
yeah.
I'm the only one that picked Cage. Okay.
You're on your own, buddy.
That's the reason I have 20 championships and you don't.
Fair enough. To be fair, I'm the keeper of the page of the
Top rope.
form, so
In top rope, I'm the one stacking chips on record. That's all I'm saying.
Bold claims. I think. What if so?
It's right
so
there
maybe,
in the record. You can look it up.
Maybe the rest of Team Taz turns on Cage, and that's how Hangman wins. So
that's a good
you
point.
get what you want there, and that even though he loses the match, he breaks away.
There's been a lot of tension
like
between Cage and Taz and the other members.
And just to hope that Ricky Stark is like instigating shit all the time, looking like his sugar mama some cougar from the golf club, man.
He needs to be part of Pinnacle.
He always walks out looking like a kept man. I swear to God, like some old lady is buying his clothes.
Shit. He got himself some Bawilla down at the country club.
All right, let's move on to the next match before we derail too hard. Tag match: Sting and Darby Allin versus Scorpio Sky and All Ego Ethan Page.
I think that's 100%.
I just want to put this out there that.
Hold on, guest is talking.
That Tony Schiavone's.
He doesn't give a fuck. Rude ass.
No, that I waited until Tony Schiavone made it very point clear last Wednesday that this is a real wrestling match, not a cinematic match.
Right. No, this is going to be live and real and all that, not like the street fight. Okay, so since before Bruce rudely interrupted you, go ahead, Griff. Throw your pick in there.
I don't know. I felt like I don't see Sting losing this match. You know, like he'll lose eventually in AEW, but it's not going to be to Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. You know, like those guys are cool or whatever, but like you got to think they're gonna like Sting is a special marquee attraction, and it's a perfect match. You know, because it's just Darby Allin gets his ass kicked all match, and then hot tag, Stinger splash. There you have it. Like my prediction is not only they win, but like glorified squash match.
Accurate.
I could not agree more with all of that. Like all of it. like nothing against Scorpio Sky or Ethan Page. They are great. They are Scorpio Sky as a heel is just.
Oh, I'm loving it. I'm living for it.
And even Ethan Page is showing us stuff we've never seen him show anywhere else. So they're on their way up. But I don't think it's going to be at the expense of Sting or Darby Allin, because Darby is practically, I know Cody says he is, but Darby is practically the face of AEW. Like he's fucking everywhere when it comes to AEW. So I don't think, unfortunately, I don't think Sky and Page stand a chance. I'm going to go with Sting and Darby too.
I mean, I don't doubt that they'll pull out like dirty heel tactics, which I love. Of course. But, you know, it's definitely not. Stinger's not losing that one. No.
High class.
You're absolutely right. Sting is not going to lose that match because he's not going to make it to the match because Paige and Sky are going to lock him in the locker room or in a car or something to where he can't get to the match, and they're just going to go out there and pummel the shit out of Darby Allin and get the win.
Wow. They're going to, you know what they're going to do? They're going to work on that knee they've been working on. You know, they've been chop blocking him on Dynamite every week. Like taking Sting out before he can get involved. They're going to do that again. I could see it. But damn, I thought we were going to agree for a second there. We're never in agreement on this show. And even if we are, Bruce will change his mind. He almost picked against
one of us.
He almost picked against Kenny Omega in the Impact title match. I'm like, really? Okay, so this is a match that I wasn't real interested in, but it's definitely caught some buzz and got my attention over the last few weeks. And that's Anthony Ogogo taking on, for one night only, the American Dream, Cody Rhodes. And I guess since he's wearing the American Nightmare shirt, we might as well let Brucey kick this off.
This is the version of Cody that I want back.
Yeah.
This is the version.
That's the version I love.
I'm still a Cody fan.
Of course.
I actually see Cody putting a go-go over. I actually see him putting him over at this pay-per-view and Ogogo winning.
I could see it, but I find it hard to think that he's going to come out as the American Dream and lose. That's the big sticking point with me.
Nah,
If
it's
he-
Cody. He likes taking those L's though.
I know
If
he likes
he's-
taking
if-
those
but
L's,
here's-
but does he like taking those L's with his daddy's name? And the answer to that is probably no.
Here,
Fair.
here's the
So,
thing: if he
I'd probably have
loses,
take
if he
Cody.
loses, if he loses, it gives him more of a reason to keep the American Dream name.
What, is he going to come out on Dynamite and give us the Hard Times 2.0 story?
He's been doing it.
Touche.
That last promo was
That was bad. And did you
So
see
tone
the
deaf.
reports that they had it like tested in a focus group and all this other stuff?
I was like, bro, you should not be defending that promo. Just cut your losses.
My first thought was like, were there any wrestling fans in the focus group by any chance?
It felt so tone deaf. I'm like,
He's
you know
had
what?
so he's had one bad promo.
Yeah.
One.
And it was the only one that was tested by a focus group. So maybe you need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
I guess if you also if you have to get your promo tested by a focus group prior to delivering the promo, like maybe you if you're on the fence about a promo and you're like, let's bring in a fucking focus group to tell us if this is a good idea.
Right.
Maybe you already have your answer
You probably do.
that you should
That's what I'm
not
saying.
even bother delivering that promo.
You probably do.
I think the only good thing that's come out of this is every meme with Brandy Rhodes' tweet saying that is the most amazing promo ever,
Oh,
and they're
God.
showing like The Rock and all of these other people. I actually think they had like
No, it's a shame.
Shockmaster up there.
It's a shame because Anthony Ogogo came out with a comeback promo on YouTube and killed him, but destroyed his promo. But he did it on YouTube, so nobody even noticed. And I like where Ogogo's going. I think he's got some potential, but I can't see Cody Rhodes losing with the American Dream in his name. I just can't.
Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time seeing him lose. But the whole thing is weird. I think Ogogo should win.
He should.
Yeah, I agree.
Because and
Hail
it's not
Britannia.
like I mean, Cody winning and there's this feel good story about wearing I don't think he's been beaten down enough to get the win and have it be an emotional feeling wearing his dad's gear and being the American Dream. They just kind of pulled it out of left field.
They really
Yeah.
did. The whole thing just kind of came out of left field because I didn't even know Anthony Ogogo was saying anything about America until Cody jumped in the ring.
We had discussed
that's news
last
to me.
week,
Well, no, he
we talked last week about like storylines and gimmicks and stuff that should go away. This is one, in my opinion, that should go away. The foreign heel. I'm over it.
Yeah.
It's so he's British.
Right.
Oh, whatever. Why are we still doing this?
Right.
It doesn't make
There's
any
always
sense.
somebody from another country, for the longest time with WCW and even going into Impact. They had
And
the
AEW
evil
talks
Canadians that hated America,
With
AEW talks about wanting
Test
to
and
do
Lance
fresh
Storm and everybody.
Yeah.
Un-Americans.
yeah. Even in WWE with the Un-Americans, the evil Canadians ruled the land. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the country, but you'd be hard pressed to find an evil Canadian in the whole fucking country, let alone enough wrestlers to fill 3 promotions.
Team Canada was amazing in TNA.
It had some talent. It really did. I mean, it had Bobby, it had Eric Young, it had Petey Williams. They had some talent. The coach of Team Canada is now running Impact, so obviously it made an impact.
There was one evil Canadian, Paul Bernardo, and his wife, Carla Homolka, the Ken and Barbie killers.
Oh yes.
Mm.
Thank you,
We
Grandma
get to
Wayne.
Miss True Crime.
She just found 2 people in all of Canada.
Oh,
evil.
I've known about these people. It's sick and disgusting what they did. If you have nothing better to do, look them up though.
I was trying to
Or
be
don't,
nice and say
don't.
she just found. Okay, so Grandma, did you make a pick in this match?
Not yet. I'm gonna go with I want Anthony to win. That's who I want.
Okay. Ed Griff, did you say Cody or had you made a pick yet? I'm sorry. I got lost in the conversation.
I got lost in debating it myself, but
Right?
I'll stick with Cody just because that seems like a Cody type of thing to do.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, this next match, you can practically take my $50 for, as far as I'm concerned. The TNT Championship match. Miro defends against the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer.
Miro
Speaking of foreign heels,
Yeah,
right? Miro better win that. Like,
right?
how are you gonna just get the title and lose it almost immediately? Like,
Yeah, he's not gonna.
it's gotta be.
sorry, I just got dinner, so I'm gonna like be munching. Sorry.
What's new?
Sorry, not sorry.
Fair.
We gotta preface. Griff sheets on every episode.
fair.
Everyone.
Yeah.
At least it's a salad. I'm being like kind of healthy.
Okay,
There you
good.
go.
'Cause
Tonight.
last time she was just plowing
Tonight.
down
That's a cheese
pasta
pizza.
and like, oh my god, I want to die. Help.
Actually, I had like 3 heaping bowls of 4 cheese tortellini with bolognese sauce and like all the cheese, and I was bloated like out to here. I couldn't even breathe. I looked like I was like a million years pregnant. I was just sitting here like, it was the worst. Oh my god. Why
The
did I
things
do
she
that to
puts herself
myself?
through while live on YouTube. You gotta love it.
Why do I do this to myself?
But yeah, I
Jesus.
mean, Miro's got to win this one. It's going to be a
He
great
has
match.
to.
It's going to be brutal. I'm going to love every second of it, but Miro's got to win this. There's no way
Oh,
he
yeah.
picks up the title and drops it like 2.5 weeks later.
Right.
Dude, Miro's gonna win. He's gonna hold that title for a good 3-4 months.
Mhm.
Yeah, and like Lance Archer he's not really doing much. Like he just popped up out of left field to challenge for it in the first place.
Yeah.
It was weird because they had been building towards like Lance Archer and Sting. And then all of a sudden they just stopped that.
Yeah.
And they sent Sting off with Darby to deal with, all ego with Scorpio. And then course
It's-
corrected with Lance Archer to Miro. So this is kind of just slapped together. So the way things kind of just reversed and changed course and came together at the last minute. I don't see Lance Archer winning this match. I mean, it'll be a great match. And I'm sure he'll be a champion at some point, but it ain't going to be a double or nothing.
Right.
It's like they don't know what to do with Lance Archer, so they're just sticking him wherever they can. Cheese pizza.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
It's
so
a
the
salad.
salad was fun. The salad was healthy. The pizza,
It's just
not
a
so
slice.
much.
It's literally just cheese, man. It's like cheese.
Look, guys, I'm eating healthy tonight.
Right
actually
until
take
the
the giant
pizza
bite
comes
out of
out.
cheese.
One slice.
Now,
It's one tiny slice.
That thing
as
was the size of your head.
Are you saying I have a tiny head? Are you saying that's what I have?
no, we're not saying that. Whatever does not make the woman mad, that's what we're not saying.
There's a woman here?
That's what I was
Sometimes.
wondering.
You made Lexi mad.
Lexi's like, hey, let her be great. Okay, let her be great. So the next match, I know I talked up Miro and the Murder Hawk, and that's going to be a great match. But this one could steal the whole fucking show. It's the AEW Women's Championship. Hikaru Shida against Britt Baker. This is,
Dr.
they've been
Britt Baker, DMD. That's your next champion.
Absolutely.
Hands
okay.
down.
Yeah. I'm gonna make
She's
it
overdue.
unanimous. It's got to be Britt's
She's-
time. They've
she's-
built her to that level for months now. It's got to be her time.
She's
She
the
just
best
had a great
candidate to
run.
carry the division.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even close.
I mean, she just had a great run. She's carried that division for like a year as their champion at this
Yes.
point. But it's time to let go. You know?
Like,
Mhm.
just think, almost a year ago, Britt Baker cut the worst
The shitty barista
heel
promo.
Oh my god, that was the
Promo
worst promo
ever
ever.
in wrestling.
Oh,
Ever in wrestling.
never did I want to rip my
Now look
ears
at her.
off more than the shitty
Mhm.
barista promo.
Oh.
It's like, you can go to commercial now. I don't know if you're expecting it, but go to commercial.
She has come a long,
Leaps and
long
bounds.
way.
Leaps and bounds. Like, no lie.
And it didn't help. she got the rub from Jericho during the whole beginning of lockdown too, when they were doing the practice stadium shows.
Oh yeah.
Jericho was nice enough to pass off one of his old promos to her to get her back on track.
Yes.
That's where the whole conspirator thing came from.
Mm-hmm.
He did that back live on like WCW Thunder, like in the 90s. With Ralphus, that big fat bodyguard of his.
Oh yeah.
Jericho personal security.
Yes.
With the little crop tops.
Yeah.
Crop top
He kinda-
and it written in Sharpie.
He had kind of
Yes,
stole
yes.
his outfit from like the Blue Meanie in ECW, and he just wrote Jericho personal security on the shirt.
That was the best.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, some days I think Britt Baker has probably developed more in AEW than like any other wrestler on their roster.
Oh yeah. She's definitely homegrown.
Because when she came in, she was kind of hot garbage. And
That's
now
an
she's a big
understatement.
fucking deal. I know, I'm trying to be nice.
It was like dumpster.
It doesn't
fire
happen
bad.
often, but I'm trying to be nice because she's grown on me. So I'm trying to be nice.
It was like a dumpster fire for diapers and doggy doo-doo bags.
Now, this next
She
match,
says
there's
that she will.
That was very graphic.
just a little bit. Yes, that's why I was trying to deflect, but Brucey had a thought. What was your
No,
thought?
I was gonna say in an interview she said she would never be a baby face again.
Good.
Good.
She loves being a heel too much.
She's damn good at it too. But this next match, I mean, it's got so many questions to it, and it's the AEW Tag Team Title match, pitting the Young Bucks defending against Mox and the Mad King, or you can call them the Wild Things because they come out to Wild Thing, and every time I hear
Such
it,
a great song.
I'm
It
just
is.
I flash back to Major League, and I'm waiting for Rick Vaughn to come out of the bullpen. I'm waiting to hear Lou Brown somewhere in the distance. Just don't go with the slow stuff, Ricky. Give him the heater.
We wear caps and sleeves at this level, son.
This ain't the California penal, son.
The best. The best.
I love that fucking guy, by the way. Anyway, back on track. There's so many questions. Like, for one, are Mox and the Mad King going to come out wearing the Dior Jordans they stole from the Young Bucks?
Oh God, I hope so. They have
Yes.
to.
Hell yes.
I want to see it. I want to
At
see at
least
least
Kingston
one.
does.
If not both. I don't know if
Yes.
they have the same shoe size, but make it happen. Like Dior, send another pair. Con family got you. Just send another pair. While you're at it, send us a couple pairs too. I'll rock them. But in all seriousness, let's see. High Class, let's start with you. Who you got in this match?
I actually see King Mox winning this. And if they don't win, it's because of interference from FTR.
See, that was going to be my thing.
Oh yeah.
I was going to say like the Good Brothers interfere and help them keep the titles. And maybe, just maybe, we get a couple other people from Impact to come in and even up the odds a little bit. Maybe a certain draw.
We keep thinking that, but it's never.
It's not happening.
Like, I just want to
like
see.
the only.
Hey, Tony said surprises. You want to surprise me? Eddie Kingston, send Eddie Edwards and Sammy Callahan down to help John Moxley and Eddie Kingston.
That would be a pleasant surprise.
I'd be surprised. More than pleasantly.
Sorry, I'm like picking out all the black
Word.
olives from this.
Oh,
They're
no,
so
you
gross.
pick out your black olives. Let's go to Griff. Who you got in
They're
this
like
one, man?
canned.
I think it'll be the Bucks. I don't know why.
Yeah. I'm
You
feeling
know.
the Bucks
'Cause
on
it's
this one.
I
unlikely
think
that
also
they're-
they have a pretty committed like tag team division,
Mhm.
you know. So like the two single stars as a tag team doesn't really feel like the right move right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Consider we just
It
came
makes
out.
sense for the Bucks to win too, because I mean you have the Pinnacle, you have FTR. They could go for that again. They could start going for gold. If the inner circle breaks up, then you have Santana and Ortiz. They can start going for gold.
Yeah.
Seriously going for it. There's so many other tag teams that could actually seriously go.
And all
for
of
it.
these teams already have like built-in rivalries with the Bucks.
Exactly.
Right, and Santana Ortiz can be the faces now too.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Or at least maybe they could be more like LAX and I'd be a happy guy. Okay. Everybody wants the Bucks
Yeah.
except everybody picks the Bucks except Brucey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, the next match.
Huh.
High stakes, stadium stampede. The Inner Circle versus the Pinnacle. If the Inner Circle
Pinnacle's winning.
lose, they're done. And Wendy
Yep.
says they're done.
That's the
Pinnacle's
Pinnacle.
gonna win
I'd say
that
it's the Pinnacle all the way. There's
Mhm.
nobody wants a babyface faction that big, you know.
Ask the Nightmare
I
family or
think
whatever.
I think what did Inner Circle form on like the second televised episode, or was it the first one? It was the
First.
first one.
Very
first
Okay,
one at the
so
very end.
I think they don't want to stretch it out too long, you know, like it's time to move on to a new heel
Yeah, like
faction. They have too many
it's run
fucking
its course.
factions as it is, you know. So Jericho could be a single star, Sammy can start spreading his wings and flying a bit, and then Santana and Ortiz can go for the tag titles, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like they
Hager
can all
can
move
just
on to other
be
things.
Hager.
Yeah, I mean he can just
plastic wife.
Hager can continue to be the most boring wrestler in the history of wrestling.
with the worst lisp in wrestling history.
Yeah.
That's yes.
I don't know. I see Hager as he's actually a good talent, but he needs to be in a Miro role.
Oh yeah.
Is what he
As
and
a
that's what they tried to do in a way when he went to the Inner Circle, but then he just kind of became.
Then he had that title match with
like,
Mox, and it practically
Jericho's
put people
shadow
to sleep.
and like
Yeah.
valet.
Yeah.
How is it a guy that whose name was Jack Swagger have absolutely no fucking
No swagger.
None
whatsoever.
whatsoever.
Like, like they're like coming. Vince is coming
Is it
up
like
with his
a-
name. He's like, this guy's boring as shit. Well, if we name him Swagger, then he'll have swagger.
I was gonna say, is it like an oxymoron?
I want you to come to the ring like this.
Yes.
Is it an oxymoron where like you see the big fat guy and you call him tiny?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Like, God, you are the most boring person on the planet. You're swagger from now on.
That's exactly how it went
That
down.
makes a whole lot of sense.
Oh yeah.
It's a solid.
It's the only
theory.
logical explanation,
Yeah.
honestly.
The only logical explanation came from the man who calls himself a psycho. Wow.
There you go.
Anything can happen on Top Rope, folks. Okay, I think I already know where Brucey's going with this one, but I'm gonna let you go first because it's academic.
God damn it, the greatest heel in wrestling history, the wrestling god himself, is going to pick up the 1, 2, 3 on Jericho to end the Inner Circle.
Can I just add that he oversold that more than Shawn Michaels when he faced Hulk Hogan?
Oh my God.
Can I just say that? I love MJF, but if we gotta be if we're gonna keep it Hundo P, son, as Wendy says,
Wrestling god.
oversold.
Bruce? Hey Brucey, your MJF boner is showing. We have company. Please keep it together.
Right? Can you bring your camera up a little
Keep it
bit?
under control.
Man, I'm like the only one who sees this going to a rubber match. I really am. I'm the only one probably on planet Earth that sees this going to a rubber match at All Out because I don't think they're done. I can't imagine. I can't imagine the Inner Circle losing 2 straight Stadium Stampede matches and 2 straight matches to the Pinnacle. Like they'd have to do something, otherwise they're going out with a whimper. You know, they'd have to do something.
Also,
show out.
and I mean, just like from a creative standpoint, though, like AEW wants to be the opposite of WWE, so they're not going to do 50-50 booking.
No.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. You know what? The 3 of y'all convinced me. Fuck it. The Pinnacle's winning.
Yeah, the other thing, like, if you really stop and think about it, has the Inner Circle really been that dominant since they've been formed? Have they really been a dominating faction?
Since Jericho lost the title, like they've just been kind of like whatever. Like, and I mean, and it's fine. Like they're still good, but like,
Yeah.
you know, they're like the 3rd most dominant faction in AEW right now.
Yeah.
On their best day.
And
They've become more of like a
it feels
comedy act, really.
right.
It also
Yeah.
feels as though Jericho's winding down.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
I mean,
the other
he's
thing.
super old. He's worked like,
And that's
his
the
work
other thing
rate
that
is
makes me
Super
think.
old.
crazy. I mean, as somebody
Somewhere
who's
right
wrestling
now-
with their body,
Somewhere
wrestling.
right now,
He's in
Dustin
his
Rhodes
50s.
is pissed at you. Like Dustin Rhodes is mad as fuck because he's older than Jericho.
Very true, but he also didn't
But he's
go
in better
flying
shape.
off of a steel cage recently.
Very true. Very true. No, Dustin, he picks his spots, and
Yeah.
and I could see Jericho kind of filling that role that we were talking about, like that Jerry the King or something, where he's on the table and every now and then he jumps up and he gets involved in a battle royal, or he picks or somebody picks a fight with him and he gets in a match with him on Dynamite, that sort of thing.
I mean, Jericho's been
really winding
nonstop
down.
since the start of AEW on TNT. So, I mean, isn't he probably due for like a break? Like at least
Jericho.
And isn't he about to go on tour with
Yeah, Fozzie's coming back.
Fozzie's supposed to be coming back.
Yeah,
yes.
so
but that's I mean, like Jericho is, he's basically been nonstop since like the 20th century. So
yeah,
if he wants to wind down and he wants to kind of fill that king role in AEW or whatever, let him. He's earned it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can see the Pinnacle winning. If I'm wrong, I'm totally blaming the three of you because. But
side note,
that's on you. You made your choices, man.
I was at the Raw where Jericho made his debut. It was fucking amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
In 99.
Yeah.
99. What's your name? Who? It doesn't matter.
With the countdown clock.
Yeah.
Dude, with his top knot.
I actually I recorded that Monday Night Raw on VHS over and over and over.
I was going to ask if it was on VHS.
Like, I loved it. Was on VHS. Yeah.
The footnote of that is at the time The Rock was feuding with Billy Gunn.
Yeah.
Yes.
And nobody remembers that.
No, don't look at my face.
Everybody remembers, Rock was in the ring and Jericho debuted.
Yeah. In the main event of that match that night, Billy Gunn pinned The Rock because Jericho ran in and hit him.
Interfered, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nobody ever remembers that part. They all remember The Rock. They all remember Jericho. Poor
the
Billy
energy,
Gunn.
The live energy there was crazy because everybody was so excited about that debut. They're like, "Oh, he's so fucking awesome!" And then everybody's walking out the building at the end of the night like, "Fuck Chris Jericho." Everybody was so mad.
Oh, but going back, Felipe, when we were talking about Mox and Kingston versus the Bucks, he's like, could you imagine Moxley and Kingston coming out with Charlie Sheen at the pay-per-view?
That would be amazing. I saw that comment.
Oh, God, that would be insane.
Amazing.
He'd have to be in a Cleveland Indians uniform. He'd have to. He'd cut the sleeves.
Oh,
like wear the glasses, the whole nine.
Is
Charlie Sheen even alive anymore? I'm not even sure.
Surprisingly, yeah. They're keeping him alive for whatever reason.
Okay. You learn something every day on Top Rope. Oh, hey, Kadria, what's going on, man? Nice to get you to finally show up. We've been here for a minute.
For a hot minute, yeah.
Hot minute.
Yeah, maybe hot too. I don't even know.
It's kind of warm.
Okay, so we finally got into the main event match, which is the AEW title triple threat. Kenny Omega defending against Orange Cassidy and Pac. I don't care if you call him Pac. I've been listening to hip hop all my life. It's Pac.
Fair.
It's Adrian Pac McNeville.
There you go. I like that.
Hey, shout out to my buddy Brad who looks like him, which is kind of funny and kind of cool.
Wow.
Like with the abs and everything.
I don't know about the abs and everything because I've never seen like what's under the Hawaiian.
Does
But like,
anybody
at
have
least in
those
the
abs?
face.
So that man is cut.
I mean, he's like the most well sculpted 5 foot tall person in the world.
I mean, I know everybody talks about
Sure.
like.
Don't
I know everybody
exaggerate. He's
talks
like
about
5'2".
I know everybody talks about how like big and cut John Silver is, but nobody ever seems to mention Pac.
I mean, if Pac were even 6'2", they would have never dropped, like Vince McMahon would have never let him go. He'd be champion.
Never.
Right
Hell
now.
no. He'd
Never.
been WWE
I mean, he'd be
champion.
if he were 6'5", he'd be Drew McIntyre.
No, yeah.
Like,
Jesus,
he
but
basically
he
needs
really
to
would.
if he were 6'5", he might be Randy Orton, like 14-time champion.
Yeah.
By
I think
now.
it makes his musculature more impressive that he's like so compact, but it's like muscles on muscles on muscles. Like how? What you fucking freak of nature, man? Like what the hell?
He really is.
No, I
though.
thought when
Jesus.
when he was Neville and he was the cruiserweight champ right before he lost it to Enzo Amore, even though it was a fucking train wreck, I thought that was a great angle, and he cut some really great promos on it.
He really did.
Like he really held his own.
No, he really did.
Mhm.
And the whole reason it was a train wreck was because Enzo was involved. Let's
Oh,
be real.
yeah.
Anything with
But-
Enzo's train wreck.
I think it went really well, and then Enzo won the title and turned heel because he was already a heel. Everybody already hated him. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
I
hated
think
him
it's too
anyway.
bad
anyway.
that he left because that actually could have
Yeah.
been a great storyline. Just waiting for him to get his comeuppance on Enzo's punk ass.
It really could have been. I just thought he left because he probably saw the writing on the wall with Enzo, and he was like, I don't want to be anywhere near this train wreck.
No,
Yes,
smart
right.
move.
he didn't want to drop the title to Enzo. Was
He didn't have
Yeah,
any
can you
fucking
blame him?
respect for him because
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like Enzo had any respect for anybody or the profession.
No, not at all.
Not
He's
one
trash.
bit, no. He barely respected himself, let alone anybody else.
Very true.
Seriously.
All right, so let's let Griff weigh on this one. Who you got in this? You got the Champ, you got Pac, Orange Cassidy.
I mean, I think this is probably the easiest one to pick, and I think Kenny's keeping it. Like, that's way too early for him to drop that. Like, if anything, he's gonna collect a couple more belts before he drops the AEW belt.
Right.
I think it's
Right.
gonna be an awesome match, and there'll be some
Oh,
super
yeah.
dramatic near falls
I mean,
and everything.
honestly,
and all that, but I don't think the
Yeah.
end is in any doubt.
I mean, honestly, the only belt I see him dropping in the near or possibly dropping in the near future would be the AAA title when he takes on Andrade
Yeah.
at Triple Mania. Like I could see him losing that belt to him, but
And is that's like Andrade's first match
yep.
as a free agent, right? Like
He
since
was
left?
supposed to have a match before it with Alberto Del Rio,
Okay.
Ugh.
and I think he canceled it. Thank God, because people were outraged, and rightfully so. I mean, fucking Del Rio, but you know. So yeah, I do believe it's his first match at Triple Mania, and I could see him dropping the title, but I don't see him losing this match. Like, it'll be a great match, and he'll win, and maybe Pac will get a shot later on because he's one of the few guys to ever beat Kenny Omega in AEW. Like, there's basically three guys as far as singles matches. There's Pac, there's Moxley, and there's Jericho, and two of those three have been AEW champions. So.
Yeah.
Eventually, maybe Pac will get in there and take the title from him if Hangman doesn't, but not a double or nothing.
No.
No,
Okay.
hell no.
So everybody's saying the cleaner retains.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without
Definitely.
a doubt.
Shocking, I know.
It's gonna get messy on the outside too, though, because he has the Good Brothers and Don Callis out there, right? Kenny does.
Mhm.
Pac has Penta and Phoenix,
Mhm.
and the best friends are gonna be out there.
Could
That
be
is
running-
gonna
could be a
hella
Rich Swan running.
crazy.
Rich
You
Swan
get
could
the
run
Bucks
in.
out there, maybe.
No. Moose.
It's gonna get sloppy
Mm.
outside.
It'll be a moose
Moose.
running. Sorry. Sorry.
Just the word moose makes him sick.
Brucey is allergic to moose.
Oh, horrible.
I fucking love
Horrible.
moose.
Well, I guess we'll never get him on the show. No.
Determined.
I know. I'm sad too. Anywho, but yeah, that's the whole card, right? Yeah, that's the whole card.
Apparently the pre-show
that-
is gonna be Serena Deebs versus Riho.
Yes, and it's supposed to be for the NWA
What?
Women's Championship.
Riho's still with the company?
I guess.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
Or she's coming
why.
back for one night only. I don't.
Ugh.
That's your favorite wrestler, Wendy. Her and Plastic Knees are right on top of your friggin'
Just like Moose
wanna
is
meet
Brucey's
list.
favorite wrestler.
I will literally vomit the salad I just ate.
Yeah, we don't want to get that on the recording. We don't want to do that. But it does
I'll just
look
mute
like
my
it's-
mic. It'll be fine.
It does look like it's going to be a good show. And according to reports, Don Callis is no longer an executive at Impact.
For real or kayfabe?
Kayfabe.
I'm guessing kayfabe, but there were multiple
I'm
reports
guessing
that ran
kayfabe.
past me today saying that Don Callis was no longer an executive with Impact Wrestling due to a conflict of
Okay.
interest.
Of course.
Why would they do that when he brought them Kenny?
I was gonna say
Omega?
his conflict of interest got Impact working with AEW and got Impact talent on Dynamite and Kenny Omega holding those titles. So you kind of that conflict, you know what I'm saying?
Conflict.
But and AEW also announced that All Out 3 months from now, I believe, is actually going to be back and live in front of a crowd in Chicago.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's
at
gonna be
the
in Griff's
Sears.
neck of the woods.
Okay.
At the Sears Center.
Is
They're
it
going
Sears
back
Center?
home.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going back home.
Cool.
Okay, so
Cool.
it's not in Chicago.
Well, they said Chicago.
Yeah.
It's Chicago adjacent.
The
It's
Chicago area.
the Chicago. The
I
greater
just saw Chicago. I
and
didn't see
Northwest
where.
Indiana area.
Yeah.
But it'll be in the vicinity of Griff and our buddies from Clark Street Wrestling Podcast, Devin and Hafiz. So
Oh, is that where their name comes from? From like Clark Street in Chicago? Oh, that makes
they're
so much more
Chi-Town
sense
guys.
now. Okay, cool.
Small world, right?
That
Like,
makes
oh,
so much
shit,
more
now we get
sense
it.
now.
Exactly. So
Now
yeah,
it all just-
maybe we can get Clark Street and Griff to go and do like a tailgate for us. No, at All Out. But I think that's what we have for tonight. And we want to thank everybody for sticking around the live chat, everybody that's watching this. And I'm immediately going to give our guests the floor. Please feel free to plug away everything. Tell people where they can find you, the music, everything. Just go nuts, dude.
Okay. On your favorite social media platforms, I am Jason Griff. So Twitter, Instagram, all that. Like we were saying, there's a right now for the live stream, there's a 25% off coupon code, top rope at insubordinaterecords.com. That's 25% off literally anything on the website. So you could get Fireside Chats, you could get the Midnight Express vinyl. There's merch,
awesome.
there's hats, shirts, coasters. We have coasters for the label, Scorsese Memorial coasters, all kinds of awesome shit. So you can check that out. Fireside Chats CDs are shipping next week, and
Sweet.
Let's fucking go.
Yes.
New shit on the way. I don't know what in what order, but we will soon be releasing some of the stuff Scorsese was working on when he passed. So that's coming up
good.
pretty quick here. Gonna try and do a tribute album for his birthday on September 24th. Alex Ludovico's solo album is on the way this
Nice.
summer.
That's what's up.
And East Hampton Polo Boys winter catalog in the winter.
Oh shit,
Oh, yeah.
they're coming back too. Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. I was
Shout
wondering
outs to Low Bro Panels.
Yes.
I was just talking to him
panels.
this morning.
That dude is amazing.
Fantastic.
It's actually what I was listening to on my way to work today.
It's so good.
Oh yeah.
I have like half my playlist on, or half my like songs on Spotify are from Insubordinate in one way or another. I'm not even lying.
Let's go.
Even my son loves them. I probably shouldn't let him listen to half of them, but he loves them, so I can't help it. All right, Brucey, it's your time to shine. Give everybody our social medias, our merches. We're
My
not
time to shine. This is
Yes, it's Brucey's time to shine.
This is the only reason. The only reason
It
they
always
keep me
cracks me
around
up.
is to open the show and close the show.
Come
And to hype up MJF.
And you
And the
only
hype
had to
up
do
MJF,
half of
that's
it
all I'm
because I
here for.
opened the show.
yeah,
That's
you
it, that's
you
it.
opened.
Oh, I'm sorry. One last thing. MJF gets his scarves on Canal Street. I have similar scarves. They're $6 each or $5 for $25. They're not real
Yes.
cashmere, but they are fantastically
What the fuck?
comfortable. And they look expensive. And you
Brucey
have
actually
whole
bought a
bunch of
Burberry
different-
one.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's my
yeah,
phone,
no,
yeah.
that's not from Burberry. It's
And now I'm dead.
he's MJF from.
Look at the face. Look at the face.
Did you freeze or are you just that
What
mad?
are you, what are
He's
you
that
doing?
bad, homie. He's that fucking
What?
bad.
He's so bad. He's like IRL.
What did
bro.
I
He's
do
just
to
like,
you?
Oh, this
I
is so
didn't-
going to be a clip. He's that fucking mad. He's like, I thought
But
we were
that being said,
friends.
I would also MJF. Do I have your attention now? I'm also happy to make you new entrance music.
Yes. Look
On
no
a
further.
After
on a
insulting you.
Canal Street budget.
After I just Mike,
He can have back Burberry scarves if you're interested. We've
You
been
get 5
using
each for
it.
25.
All right. Here we go. You can find us on Facebook at Top Rope Wrestling Talk. We're a publicly traded Facebook group. That means we're open to the public.
I own
Invite.
stock.
What?
I own stock in the Facebook.
Oh,
He is.
yes.
He's a member.
Yeah. Yes,
Mhm,
Griff.
I mean, I like to
Griff
think of
is
myself as a
member.
shareholder, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
He's a minority owner in Top Rope.
Come on there. Post anything you like about wrestling. We talk all wrestling. We welcome all wrestling, even that death match crap. You can post it.
I will mute you again.
Now I'm freezing in rage.
I'm on the button.
Okay. You can also find us on Twitter at Top Rope WT. Go on there. Twitter's blown the roof off. And yeah, skyrocketing.
Well, yeah, because
on
we
there.
said Jason was
Twitter's
coming, so
going great.
boom, you know.
Yeah, my phone was going off like crazy the last couple of days. I'm at work. Twitter was blowing up. You can also find us on Instagram at top_rope_wrestling_talk. Yes, that is the actual name for our Instagram. Thank you, Dom.
Don't even put that evil on me. You know you made that shit.
I did. You can, if you're interested in buying merch, go on Facebook. You can look up TRWT merch. Go on there. Hit up the merch maker. Let her know what logo you want, what you would like, what size you would like. She'll give you the price.
Yep.
You make the money exchange. She makes the shirt and sends it to you.
We got stuff for
And
everybody.
You can also find TRWT.
Like kids, women, men. We got
Yes.
stuff for everyone.
You can also find merch on Instagram at TRWT_merch. Wendy, podcast, my friend.
You can find our podcasts wherever podcasts are distributed. So you can find us on anchor.fm/TRWT. From there, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify. If you look for us on iHeartRadio, like you have to actually do a little searchy poo, you'll find us there as well. But wherever you listen to podcasts, that's where you'll find. Are you laughing at searchy poo? Or
Yeah.
searchy poo?
No, never.
The whole
Searchy poo?
thing. The phrase, the
Hundo
little.
P, son.
That's how I type at work. Like a
But
cat.
yes, the internationally acclaimed audio podcast where you will
Yes.
eventually be able to find this. And if you are listening to this after the fact, where were you? This is an amazing show. You get to see all these beautiful faces and backdrops and kids and kittens and dogs, and
The beard's
All of
coming
it.
back.
the beard is coming back. Thank God, because he was
It is
wicked
growing
looking
in
without
nicely.
it. So please, if you're listening to this after the fact, feel free to come, get yourself on YouTube, search for Fox Den Productions, subscribe to our channel, ring the bell. We've got, overall over 100 episodes. We are rapidly approaching 100 episodes of this particular show.
We're in the 90s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're up in the high 90s, like 97, 98. We're getting damn close.
We're getting up there.
Yeah.
We're actually-
Anniversary
it-
episode, big milestone coming
Oh,
up.
hell yeah.
Yep. We got a lot of big stuff coming up. We're gonna be working on getting some more interviews. I'm still working on the webpage, guys. I'm sorry. Being laid up for a month, I'm still catching up, and things are still fucking up in the background. So I'm getting to
There's
it.
things we have a lot.
So eventually,
of
we don't
works
have to
in
say you can
progress.
find us here, there, and everywhere. You can just say go to toprope dot whatever the fuck,
Yes.
and everything comes up.
And then you'll
Everything.
find all of us.
What
But
webpage?
we'll get to that.
What?
How do you not know about that?
No one's told me nothing.
If you scroll
You didn't listen.
in the chat,
The chat. Yes.
Oh,
You scroll back and you look
if
at
you
what you
stop
missed.
being so
and then-
anti-scrolling,
He doesn't scroll.
just
We have
What
group
day was that
chat,
talked
he doesn't
about?
scroll. So it's
he
just
doesn't scroll.
he misses like big chunks of conversations.
I'm horrible. Yes, we
Anyway,
have a website
worse.
coming.
We do have a website. I'm working on. I'm working on it. I promise. I'm going to get back to it as soon as I can. But for now, everybody stay safe out there. Wear those masks. Get your shots. And I'm just going to
Pick
say
up-
on this one.
Insubordinate Records.
Yes.
I'll
Pick
keep
up Fireside
I'll keep
chats.
the discount code open for a little bit longer. If
I was gonna
anybody
say
else
I'm
wants to
gonna
jump
I'm
on
gonna
it.
stretch this ending out so you can go to insubordinaterecords.com. You can order the album. You can get 25% off using the code Top Rope. Definitely order the album. It's great. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy Double or Nothing. And I guess I'll just end this one by saying, stay insubordinate, y'all.
Yes, all about it.